Here's one of my favorite tips that I use all the time in design projects, and that is, let's take a look at these blurbs here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a bit. I know that I can put a rule above, or actually, let's go to normal view so that we can see the paragraphs. Okay. I know I can put a rule above, a rule below, a paragraph, or two paragraphs, right? I know that I can put a border around all of this with the new border command, which I'm using, my own workspace here in the control panel. It's down here under paragraph borders and shading, or put shading behind it all. But what if I just wanted a border, like a rule, to the left or to the right instead of above or below, or instead of all the way around? Well, you can do that with paragraph borders and shading. So let's say that I'm going to just swipe over some of the text in both of these paragraphs. Because it's a paragraph-based command, you don't have to grab all the text. And then I'll go to paragraph borders and shading, or maybe I'll do borders and shading from Quick Apply. All right, so preview's turned on. We want a border, but we don't want it around the whole thing. So you can see this black line appearing around the whole thing. So I'm going to turn off, make all settings the same. And we want the top to be 0 and the bottom to be 0. And then for some reason it highlights this. I don't want that highlighted. On the left, I want it to be, let's say 10, so we can see it. That's pretty big. And then on the right, nothing. So for a color, I'll choose, or type I'll leave solid for now, but you could choose any of those. But for the color, I'm going to try this guy. And then down here, make sure that merge consecutive borders and shading with the same settings is enabled, so that you don't get like a break in between paragraphs. Or I guess if you wanted a break in between the paragraphs, you could. Okay, but I like it merged. But it's eating into this, right? So what you can do here is set the offset. Again, turn this off so that the offsets are independent from each other. And we want a left offset. And I'm just going to tap the up arrow on my keyboard to set it out where I want it, right? Great. I could have inset the text, but you can't do it from here, which is aggravating. You have to go to another dialog box of text frame options to inset the text, or make a left. Oops, I didn't save that. Let me get back there. Luckily, Quick Apply remembers what I last entered. There we go. All right. Oh my goodness, I didn't save it. So I think I clicked cancel. Did I just click cancel instead of? Okay, so now David, tell me what to do. Let's see if you're
bigger, stronger, over.
Top, bottom.
We want to
left 10.
Yep, we go.
Right 0. I hate it when it does that. Don't you think it should understand that I just didn't select the whole thing?
It does. It should. It really should.
No, I know. And the color, we want that pretty gold that I made, and then come down to offsets, and we only want one on the left, and I'm tapping the up arrow, and out it goes. One last thing also, by the way, that you could, I think you can do, was it rounded? No, that's just for actual corners. But I have another tip. I don't know if I'll get to it, that you can make rounded edges on these. Oh, wait, where is that? Here it is. This is what.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. Yep. Type the cap, round cap.
I like that. The cap, yes.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. Yep. And then click. Okay, so the beauty of that, this time, first of all, remember to click OK. Don't click cancel. Good. And then as you edit the text, the rule grows and shrinks along with the height of your text, of however many lines it is, rather than dragging in your own line and anchoring it and going through all that.
Right.
Right. Isn't that nice? And I don't know if you noticed, but the text frame is also growing.
And of course, that could be part of your paragraph style. If it was part of the paragraph style, then you could kind of jump back and forth and edit your indents and all of that.
That's true. It could also be part of an object style for the text frame, because I don't know if you heard me, that the text frame is growing and shrinking as I do this, because I turned on auto size for the text frame.
You know, that is really important for people to remember. A lot of InDesign users never really get deep inside that text frame options dialog box.
Right.
And there's a lot of good, cool stuff in there. And the auto size that's really important, that you be able to auto size those frames.
It's a nice effect to call out sections of your layout, right? To add these little rules either on the left or the right, or wherever you'd like it. And until they come up with paragraph rules left and right, you can use just one-sided borders. Yay, that's my tip. I hope you found this tip helpful. Be sure to check out InDesignSecrets.com for thousands of InDesign articles and tutorials, and to download a free sample issue of our monthly magazine called InDesign Magazine. Thanks for learning with us.